Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Who's who? Can you tell?
Wait, you know what that made me think of? Remember back in the 60s with Madge and her hands in the dish soap soaking her cuticles because it was going to make.
Yes, Lord.
This is
Palm
what
olive.
happened if you did that for.
Palm olive soap, dish soap. My
Exactly.
grandmother used it.
Yeah.
I well remember because I can remember when the commercial would come on, I'd be like, we got that in the kitchen.
And remember Madge? It was such a thing, Madge.
Oh, yeah, Madge, who always reminded me of the actress that played Hazel. Did you ever
Yes,
watch that
I've been
50s
watching
show
Hazel lately. She's been
called
showing up on my
Hazel?
feed.
It was popular in the 50s. She was a maid
Yep.
who basically ran the house, including the people she worked for, because
Yeah.
evidently she it was like she came with the husband when he got married because she was already he grew up with her as the maid, I guess. And so she kind of was in charge of everything. And it was a funny show. I just
Nope.
I remember us watching it and thinking, "Oh my God, that's so hilarious!" But so welcome, man. We got a full house. Wowzer. We've got Robin and Sue from Butterfly Kisses, who just put up some really cool new video clips.
Uh-huh.
Book
Yeah, her stuff
Witch,
is so
T
fun.
Barb,
Hey, T-Bar.
Jimmy,
Hey,
uh,
Jimmy.
Teresa. Let's see who
Hey,
else.
Teresa.
Leah. Look, Sherry's in the house. Patty Palmer. Wow, we got us a good sized crew here. Well, hello
Yay.
and welcome. Um, Juno and I are here to do divination for you today. I can't sound spooky as much as I try. Uh, uh, I went blank. Hi, Debbie. Another new person just popped in. And so, oh, you love Robin. Robin put loving the new
Yeah, right.
manicures.
Well,
That's
when I
great.
decided to do this, I figured, well, if I wore gloves, then I don't have to worry about showing my face or combing my hair, and I don't even have to worry about my nails this way.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I put on makeup needlessly. This won't last long because these are too tight. I'm gonna have to pull them off shortly here. Um, let uh, let's see. Get on the right one. Kathy G says hi everyone, and Andrea says hi all. And
And for anybody who's not aware, I still can't see the chat, so
yeah,
I'm
so
not
that's why I'm
ignoring
putting
anybody.
everything up so she can see it. Carolyn Booker says hi, and let's see. Da. Um, Chat keeps jumping. Damn it! Stop that. Um, Debbie says hi. Oh, Book Bewitched says Hazel. I loved it. Is Hazel on
Yes,
YouTube?
yes, I've been watching her like the last week or so. She showed up, and now every now and then she's coming through. So,
There you go, Hazel. It's on YouTube.
yep,
You might want to go in and see if you can download any of them before they pull them.
yeah,
I know for a while there you could get all of the WKRP in Cincinnati episodes,
yeah,
and then somebody started pulling them,
yeah.
complaining about it. It was like, damn it, leave it alone. I like that show.
Dr. Johnny Fever and
And yeah,
Venus
Dr. Johnny
flytrap. Remember those
Fever,
characters? That was a good
Randy
show.
Travis was
Yeah,
the station manager. Um, Mr. Carlson was the owner.
yeah. And that was when
I
Lonnie
love those
Anderson first
shows.
came on the scene. I think
Yeah, Lonnie Anderson was the
Jennifer she played.
Jennifer who made more money than anybody else in the station and did
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
but sit and look pretty. And although eventually it showed that actually she did do a lot of stuff, she just did it in her way on her time.
Right.
Um, she didn't. She didn't manage to. Teresa, matching hands. Yes, we got matching hands. And T Barb says hello. Teresa, hi chat. And Butterfly, hello to everybody. Leah, hello to everybody. Um, this is what I put up in the pinned the message in the chat.
Nice.
So kick back, relax, and let's have some fun.
And also, I want to, before I forget, I want to thank the moderators that help us so much behind the scenes and keep
very,
they greet
very much
people
so.
and entertain people and keep up anybody who's.
Hey, I love y'all, but the gloves got to go.
Yeah.
My thumbs are going numb. I
Yeah.
bought the wrong size gloves, and they're like children's size, not adult size. So, oh, y'all get to actually look at me. I don't know. We may go back down to the.
No,
just
you
my
look
hands.
beautiful. Nice top with the embroidery on the sleeves. Very nice.
Oh my goodness. Barney Miller. Oh, I loved that show. I used to love that show.
With fish and who did Jack Sue play? And then he ate the pot brownies and he kept saying the
oh
same
God,
word
I
over and
can't
over.
remember the
So
name.
funny. Mushy, mushy, mushy. That's what he kept saying over and over again. It's
Yeah.
mushy, mushy, mushy.
And then there was the crew cut looking guy that was
Wojciechowicz, the Polish
Jehovah's.
guy.
That was it. Yeah, okay. Wojciechowicz. That was a great show. We used to watch let's see. Hello, Judas Fair. Teresa's in the house.
She always hugs everybody. She's the
Oh,
hugger.
Carolyn, tell Peter I said hi. I had a private reading with Carolyn Saturday, and I got to
Nice.
meet her husband because we had some technical issues getting started. And so and it took my son coming out and going, is there a lens cap on the camera?
Oh.
After I'd already had them go in and out, we're trying this, we're checking the setting, checking that setting. And I'm like, did you plug it, unplug it? Is everything hooked up?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, everything's good. I don't understand. And then my son come out and he told me later, he says, you asked all the right questions. He said, I only thought of lens cap because not too long ago, he had somebody there was 4 texts over 3 days trying to figure out why this woman's system would not show the camera. Before it finally dawned on somebody to ask her, is there a lens cap on the camera?
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's what it was. But oh my goodness.
Mushy.
I can know Mushi. And you know who else I remember as Mushi was from the cartoon version of Mulan. Mushi was Eddie Murphy's was it Eddie Murphy? Yeah, who did the little dragon that went with her?
Yeah, I didn't see that movie.
You didn't see the cartoon Mulan? Oh, that's a great one.
No, I know it's a good movie. I just haven't seen it.
Well, hi, Peter. I'm waving back at you. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I got this at Walmart. I think it was like $5. I don't know. It was cheap.
Pretty.
It's already got holes in it.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
I wore it to work one time. I wore it to work one time, and then I wore it over the weekend one time and got into doing some stuff. And when I went to wash it, I noticed I'd actually tore it in a couple of places. I was like, well, crap. So it's my hanging at home shirt now. You know, I have certain ones that I only wear at home. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if they get bleach spilled on them or if I rip them or something. Yes, Jenny, TV was better in the old days.
Yeah.
Very much so. We used to watch Mannix
Yep.
and
Yep.
uh, what was the one with Buddy Ebsen? Um, Barnaby Jones. We used to watch
Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby Jones.
Yeah.
Um,
I like Columbo. I'm a big Columbo fan.
Columbo. We watched Columbo. We watched what was the one with the two Dr. Marcus MD? We used to
Yeah,
watch
Marcus
that one.
Welby. Marcus Welby,
And I
MD.
loved the guy's motorcycle. That was the main
Yeah.
reason why I watched that show was to see the motorcycle. And but oh hi Sonia, Sonia's here. And let's see. Yes, Eddie Murphy. She said, "Okay, I thought so." And Hilda's here. Hi, Hilda. And welcome to the sitcom show.
There we go. There we go.
That's it. We're gonna have the sitcom show today. And oh, Sonia's taking us to the store. I want an ice cream cone. Beverly Hillbillies. I remember that one.
Yeah.
We used to watch that one. I used to love it because Ellie Mae could kick everybody's ass. It was like,
Yeah.
yes, girl power. Um, oh, Andreas's Mannix is still on. Rockford Files
Yeah.
with I used to love
James
the
Garner. Yeah.
he
He
drove
was
that.
good. I like
Was it a was it a it wasn't a Mustang, it was
Camaro, I think,
a
or a Z
Camaro.
or
No,
something.
I
But
think it
something
was a
like that.
Charger.
Muscle
I think it
car.
was a Charger that he drove.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. Or it could have been a Camaro, one of the two. But I liked his car. It's funny, as
I
a
like
kid, I was attracted to TV shows according to the cars and the motorcycles.
yeah.
They had.
The
I was like, yeah,
Batmobile
that's cool.
and the
I like
Munsters.
the Munsters. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Um,
I like the
I
Wild Wild
remember,
West too.
yes, yes, I used to love that TV show. The movie was okay. Will
Yeah.
Smith and what's his face did a good job of
Kevin Kline.
of the movie, but the TV show was just classic. And of course, there was Bonanza, and
Yeah.
I was in love with Little Joe.
Yeah.
My very first baby doll, I cut off all its hair and named it Little Joe.
Oh,
And
jeez.
because it had to be a boy, it couldn't be a girl doll. Somebody was saying something to me I mentioned it a couple of months back, and somebody said, "Well, you're the first one that went transgender on your dolls."
Yeah.
I said, I didn't even think about that. But and oh gosh, what was another one? Of course, we watched Star Trek. Even
Yeah.
though I was a little kid, I loved Star Trek. You never knew what kind of monsters were going to show up, creatures, you know. Um, and Lost in Space,
Hmm.
Danger Will
I
Robinson.
didn't like that. The doctor on that, the old guy, he creeped me out. I never liked that show. Jonathan somebody.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to creep me out a lot. But I liked Hawaii 5-0. I liked the beginning
Yeah, that was
song
good. Yeah.
with the hula dancer when he showed
Yeah, the
the hula
surf
girl.
music, surf and drum
And
music.
oh, the Love Boat. I remember
Yeah.
when it came on. And Fantasy Island. Used to love
Yeah.
those. Anything
And
with Ricardo
tattoo.
Montalban in it, I love. All the man has to do is talk, and I turn to jelly.
Yeah.
Um,
And his fine Corinthian leather. Remember those commercials?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Twilight Zone. Watched
Yeah.
the Twilight Zone. A lot of this stuff was kind of over my head because I was a kid. You
Right.
know, it's the shows that were out maybe in the mid 70s to late 70s and on. But anything before the mid 70s, he's like, I remember watching them and enjoying them, and I would laugh at stuff, but there was things that I didn't understand that
Oh,
I watch now, and it's like, oh, that's what they meant. You know, Dark Shadows, yes. We used to
Yeah.
bust our asses to get home from school in time for Dark Shadows because you
Yeah.
didn't even want to miss the first note, you know.
I like that movie too. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought that was a pretty cool movie
You
myself.
know, it was when it first came out and I saw it, and I thought, what the hell are you doing, Johnny Depp? You're screwing up this wonderful movie. And then I sat back and thought about it from kind of a different perspective, and I thought, actually, it's pretty damn funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just had to
And the
realize
music
he
that
was.
they used, I really enjoyed the soundtrack to that movie too.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, um,
Of course,
let's
Beetlejuice.
see. Brenda
Yeah.
Taro is here. Hi, Brenda. I think you're new. I don't recognize your name.
Welcome.
Hi and welcome. Thank you for coming. Oh, here we go. Magna Via.
Magna. Yeah. The
Used to watch
Stash.
that one.
And Mission Impossible. I like that show too.
Loved Mission Impossible. Like I said, most of it was over my head
Yeah.
because I was a kid, but I got the basic gist of what they were doing.
Right.
And the movies, I mean, I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. I'm just not. I never have been. Uh, but he's done an excellent job with that franchise of
Hmm.
keeping it going and playing that character.
Hmm.
Um, I have to give him kudos for that. He's done a really remarkable job.
I saw
Um,
the first one. I haven't seen any of the other ones after the first movie.
I saw the first three all the way. I saw the first one. I think it was the third one that Philip Seymour Hoffman was in, and he was scary in that one. I mean, he played a wicked ass dude, but he was such a good actor.
Hmm.
Um, for those of you who
Yeah,
may
like
not know, he played. He was also in the Hunger Games before he
I've never
passed.
seen that either.
Um, the plane, yes, from Famous
Yes.
Woman.
Tattoo.
In the Heat of the Night, the movie was wonderful. I saw the movie later on, but the TV show we used to watch that all the time too.
Uh-huh. Carol
And it
O'Connor.
sounds funny because I talk about watching all these TV shows, and most of the time we never had a TV. I watched the TV shows at my friends' houses because
Right.
my mother never bought a television in her entire life. We
Really?
never bought a
Wow.
TV. Um, Somebody would find out we didn't have a TV, and they would give us an old one if they upgraded
Oh.
to a newer one. And so we would have a TV until it went out, and then we would be without a TV again until somebody found out we didn't have a TV anymore. They would give her a TV. So, um, but yeah, the Adams Family, that
Yeah,
was a
I was just
good
gonna say them. And the Munsters. I love the Munsters too.
Outer
Outer Limits.
Limits. Oh yeah, I remember that. The Partridge Family.
Mhm.
Oh my God, yes. Everybody was in love with David Cassidy. And actually, Sonia, I guess Little Joe from Bonanza. I
Oh
got to meet
wow.
the actor. I got to meet Michael Landon when I was
Wow.
4. I think I was 4. He was doing a promotional thing with the rodeo where he was coming out as Little Joe on that pinto horse
Oh wow. That
that
would
he
have been
rode
something.
that he rode in the show.
Hmm.
And so my granddaddy, because I was crazy about Little Joe, my granddaddy got tickets to take me to the rodeo to see Little Joe. And when he first rode out to the arena, it was like across the the arena part from where we were. And in my excitement, I got away from my grandfather and I tore off, running down the thing to get to the rail as he was making his, Michael Landon was making his way around the arena on the horse. And I hit the rail with such force that my body flipped over
Oh God.
and I would have fell into the arena. But he saw it and he kicked his horse in gear and caught me midair.
Whoa.
back over the rail, and then looked at my grandfather, who by that point had reached me, and said, "You got to hang on better than that, you know." And then he kissed my hand
Wow.
and rode off. It was weeks before I would let anybody wash the back of that hand.
I bet. He was a cutie.
But it was like I could have died and gone to heaven at that point. I
Well,
was,
he always grew his hair long over his ears because he had such huge ears. And
yeah,
he was embarrassed by him. So that's why he always wore his hair so long.
that's it. General Hospital. Oh God, yes, we watched General Hospital.
Luke and
My grandmother
Laura.
watched soap operas from 10:30, 11 in the morning when they started until 4 or 5 in the evening when they ended.
All
Um,
My Children.
All My Children, The Edge of Night, One Life to Live, As the World Turns,
Ryan's
um,
Hope. Remember Ryan's Hope?
Ryan's Hope. I remember when it started. And
That's where Bryan Cranston started. The one that's in that, he's made quite a name for himself in a lot of different TV and movies, but he started on Ryan's Hope.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Now that same with Kate Mulgrew, who played
Yeah,
one of the starship captains on one of the Star
yeah.
Trek franchises. Um,
I can't handle her voice. I just can't. I think she's a
Thank you for
beautiful
saying
woman.
that. I always feel like I'm the only one that feels that way. There's just something about her voice that just
It's just
kind of,
irritating.
yeah.
She's a lovely
Mm.
person, I'm sure, but
Book Bewitched says,
yeah,
I have pics of Lily and Morticia. Oh, that's
nice.
awesome. And Sue says, welcome to Brenda. And Gidget. I remember the movies because they played on TV, by the time I was a
Uh-huh.
teenager. But I vaguely remember, I remember some of the TV show because she wore that big hat and
Yeah.
that she had to hang on to the hat. And when the wind would be right, the hat
You
would
mean
pick
the
her up and
Flying
she would
Nun?
fly.
You mean the
Yeah,
Flying Nun?
that was the Flying Nun.
Same actor, Sally
Same
Field,
actor,
I
just
think, did
a
both.
different
Yeah.
different show. Gidget was the teenager that surfed in
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Getting my
And
shows
Gilligan's
mixed up.
Island.
Gilligan's Island. We love that. We watch that all the time.
Dick Van
Wizard
Dyke.
of Oz. And
Yeah. Wizard of
I
Oz.
remember the first family on our street that got a color TV. And that year when the Wizard of Oz came on, everybody in the freaking neighborhood went to their house to watch
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz so we could all see it in color. Because back then,
Nice.
everything's TVs were black and white. You
Yeah,
didn't
that's
have,
right. That's right.
and I don't know what what the father did. He, obviously made good money. I mean, he owned the house. He had his own boat. Um, they were the first family to have a color TV. So, but Spiritual Seeker says hello. Oh, the Brady Bunch. Yeah, watch the Brady Bunch. Leave It to Beaver. I wanted to live in that world because
Yeah.
my world growing up was so far removed from the world of Leave It to Beaver or Father Knows Best or those kind of shows.
Yeah.
That it's like I wanted to live in that world. It's like why can't we
I
live in
wanted
that?
to live in the Adams family. That's where I wanted to live. But you
Yeah.
know what? They were even them and the Munsters. They had good family values. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They all cared about each other and supported each other. And yeah, I've been watching
Most
some of
of
the.
them.
You know how now on YouTube, like they don't have the whole show, but you can watch long clips. So yesterday I was watching a whole bunch of long clips of the Munsters because I just would rather watch that than anything that's going on right now.
I don't even watch. I couldn't even tell you what's current on TV at all
I
anymore.
couldn't either.
I have no. I don't have TV anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
We cut cable cord except for the internet. I don't have cable.
Me neither.
I mean, I have a Roku on my TV, so and I pay for HBO Max and Paramount so that I can watch local news and watch movies that come out.
Can
And
you
then we
get
have like
local news through the Roku thing or not?
not the channel that I like to watch.
Oh, yeah.
The other channel comes on there, but I don't like the people on that channel. So, um, Bewitched, we used to watch that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
used to kill me how she would twinkle her nose.
And the I Dream
Oh,
of Jeannie, of course. I gotta.
oh, I loved I Dream of Jeannie. The monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the
Yeah,
monkeys.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Used to love that show. I Dream of Jeannie. Somebody else was a step ahead of you. Um,
Yeah,
uh, wow. The old Batman, yes, with Burt
yeah.
Ward and
I read
what
about
was
him
his
recently.
name?
He was like this guy who did everything and he did it really well. Like he was a great athlete and like all these things. He's a very accomplished person. He kind of played a, goofball, you know what I mean, second banana and everything, but he was I don't know if he's
Well,
still
and
alive, but just you ought
he
to read about him. He's very interesting to read about actually.
talk about Burt Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also runs a dog rescue, or
Does
he
he?
did for a long time. There in L.A., he ran a dog rescue place where uh,
Yeah. He's a stellar
people would
person.
rescue
You should read
animals and they
about
would come
him.
to him, and he and his wife would, nurse them back to health and find
Yeah.
them forever homes. And,
But he
um,
accomplished all like he at a young age he did all kinds of stuff. Oh, Ed Sullivan, yeah, and the Gong Show. Remember the Gong Show?
oh my God, yes, I loved it and I
Chucky
hated it
Chuck
all at the
somebody.
same time. Um, and Password, remember
Yeah,
Password?
yeah,
Oh, nothing is better than to sit back and watch some of those old shows
yeah.
with the big stars that were big back then.
Well, I've been
And most
watching a
people
lot of
don't
What's
even know
My
who the
Mind.
hell they were.
Even from the 50s. That you
And
you
the
really get to
things
see
that
them on
they would
there.
say on air that was like right up to the line without
Yeah,
going over
yeah,
and getting with was just, I mean, at the time I was a kid, I didn't know what they were talking about. But looking back now, watching some of that stuff, it's freaking hilarious. Um, um, Laugh In. Used to
yeah.
love to watch
Sonny
Laugh
and
In.
Cher,
Sonny and Cher.
Carol Burnett.
Oh God, yes, the Carol Burnett show. That was a staple. Um, we watched the two brothers. What the hell were their names?
Mother's Brothers.
The Smothers Brothers. Thank you. We watched them, and oh my goodness, y'all are bringing back the Night Gallery. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, well, y'all didn't punch in here to talk about old TV shows. We get on the subject. I don't even know. That's okay. I don't mind.
Oh wow. He was really I like watching those old videos of Eric Burden and the animals.
Yeah,
What magnetism he had. And you know what? Back then they weren't like overproduced. They didn't
right.
have this fancy stylist and everything. It was just them and the music and wow, incredible.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Um,
We were lucky to
absolutely.
grow up when we did.
It's like the early Bee Gees before the disco era hit.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the Bee Gees when they were first becoming known more over in Australia and England than here,
Yeah.
some of their songs, some of their music was just fantastic. And
Hmm.
that was just the three brothers, nothing
Hmm.
fancy about them. And then oh, thank you, Linda. You're so sweet. Um, yes, I watch on Tubi.
Hmm.
What's the other one? Wait,
There's Freevee also. Um,
um,
Freeevee. I get a lot of stuff on there. I got one of these. a Fire
I had to
TV for
pull my
like,
tablet out to find it because I have it on my tablet. There's also Pluto TV,
yep,
like Pluto the planet
yep.
or the dog or whatever it is. Um, it's both, isn't it? Yeah. Um,
Well, I got this Fire TV, like a 32-inch screen, so now I can see as a monitor. But it gets all kinds of channels, like Roku Plus. I don't mean Roku Plus. I mean Roku and a whole bunch more, like Pluto and all these other ones you're mentioning. You can get that through that, and it comes free with the TV. It was less than
yeah,
$100
a
for
lot
the
of those.
TV.
It's like I got Pluto TV on my tablet, and
Yeah.
because I will sit out late at night on the patio when the weather's nice, and and just watch old TV shows. Catch old Love
Hmm.
Boat episodes and stuff. And it's so funny to watch some of them because it's like when the Love Boat came out. I remember everybody was like, "Oh, that's going to be a flop." Nobody believed in the
Hmm.
show, and they couldn't get over the fact that they had all these big stars from back
Yeah.
then, who were fighting to be a guest. I mean, they were
Yeah.
like on the waiting list to come on the damn show. Um, just like when uh, um, CSI first started out, the original show, they had top A-list actors, singers, whatnot, who literally were on a waiting list wanting to be on the show. I'll play a dead body, they would tell them. Just put me on the show. I mean, they didn't
Hmm.
care. I was like, that's when you got a hit. When, you got the big shot saying, I'll just be a dead body, just stick me in the room. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of weird, but I start
Quincy
hot.
was good too. I like Quincy
Um,
and the Odd Couple. Oh my God, I love the Odd Couple.
the Odd
That was a
Couple.
good show.
That's me and my brother. I'm Felix. My brother is Oscar times 100. Makes me crazy some days. Um, but oh my goodness, Donnie and Marie show.
Yeah.
I was in love with Donnie Osmond from about the age of 12. I had the walls of my bedroom were nothing but Donnie Osmond posters and Michael Jackson posters. Donnie Osmond and Michael Jackson. Those are my two guys. Oh my goodness. Hee
I
haw.
like
Oh, I
Davy
forget
Jones
hee
from
haw.
the Hee Haw.
BR599. Johnny Carson. I can remember sitting in bed, laying in bed with my grandmother late at night. She would watch it in bed and go to sleep watching Johnny Carson. Um, oh my goodness. Hi, Lady Silver. Welcome to the sitcom show.
We're
We're having
reminiscing.
fun. We're having fun reminiscing. Yes. Um, and my brother's singing. So, yeah, spiritual seeker, you're right. I think we were all in love with Donny Osmond. Did you see the clip that's on YouTube? Evidently, Jennifer Garner, the actress, has always had a major crush on Donny Osmond. And some of
Oh
her
yeah.
friends got in touch with him for her last birthday. And then they took her out they were like at some little diner near where they live. And she's there, cut offs, t shirt, no makeup, hair not done. And Johnny Osmond comes in and starts singing happy birthday to her
Oh
from behind. She didn't even know he was there. She flipped out. I mean,
my
oh
God.
my God. Talk about total fangirl. She totally tripped. It's so funny to watch. Then he sat down and then had like lunch with her, and said, I was like, his wife has to be a very, very secure woman
Yeah.
to
You'd
do,
have to be.
to know that women react like that to their husband. I mean,
Well, she knew that going into getting married to him. I mean, he
oh,
was
I'm sure,
from
yeah.
a teenager. Bobby
Bobby
Sherman. Yeah.
Sherman,
I like Davy Jones from the Monkees. He was.
Davy Jones was another one. Bobby Sherman. What was that song? Um, what was the song you sang? The one where his wife dies, and it's planting the tree or something. And
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of the song now. Y'all have to tell me.
Yeah.
The disco era was my high school years, so I remember it well. I danced my life away during the high school
Yeah.
years. Um, the Red Skeleton Show. Wow, y'all are coming up with some good ones.
Oh, loved Red Skelton.
Oh, and
Man.
how could we forget MASH? That final episode that I think the entire world watched
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sat and cried over.
Dick Van Dyke, the original.
The Dick Van Dyke Show, all of the different variations of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Of course,
And
I
he's
love
still
Lucy.
alive, I think. He's like
Yeah, he's
1,000
still
years
alive.
old or something.
He's like 90s, 90
He's
something
late
years
90s.
old. I know Lin-Manuel Miranda talked about when they redid Mary Poppins,
Yeah.
but they made it like a sequel to that happened before. And Dick Van Dyke reprised his role in as the baker in it. And there's a scene where he supposedly jumps up on top of the desk and does his tap dance thing. And Lin-Manuel Miranda said in an interview, he said, here we all were wondering, well, when are they going to bring in the stunt dancer? He said, oh, hell no. He said, Dick Van Dyke jumped up on the desk and did the dance.
Yeah.
And then jumped back down like it was nobody's business. And the rest of us were just in awe, just standing there with our jaws on the floor.
Yeah.
Going, okay, this man just put us all to shame.
You know who else surprised me at what an amazing dancer he is Christopher Walken. If you see that video on Weapon of Choice, oh my Lord.
Yes.
And he studied under Gene Kelly. Just an excellent, excellent dancer.
Exactly. Honey, that's the name of that song by Bobby Sherman. Love that song. When I was young, every time he would play on the radio, I'd cry. It would make me cry. Honey, the song Honey by Bobby Sherman.
By Bobby Sherman.
Yeah, that was the song. Oh my goodness.
Remember the song where I don't like spiders and snakes?
Officer and a paramedic. Wow.
What's that? Oh, huh.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. Hi, Marby. Welcome to the show. Yes, Andrea Mash. We were talking about that. Shirley Temple. I mean, I vaguely remember watching them when I was a kid.
I didn't really watch her.
They were reruns then. So, but did we get to the end? Wow, we made it to the end. Okay, we got through all the shows.
All right.
Now, let's do what we actually came here to do. Although this has been a lot of fun, so I can't complain.
I think it's fun to look back because for most of us, those are good memories, those shows, and just it's good to kind of. I watch that stuff more than I watch current things. It's just nice escape, and
I don't watch
there aren't triggers in it,
I watch the local news when it comes on at 10 o'clock at night, and I like the new Equalizer with Queen Latifah, but I just love her so. Because I remember the original TV show, The Equalizer, and it was a British dude that played the character, and then Denzel Washington did a remake, did a movie which knocked my socks off. It was so good, and they just released the third. Denzel Washington has never reprised a role until The Equalizer. And he's now made 3 movies with The Equalizer. And they just released the third one. And it's the only movie that he's ever played the same character in multiple movies. He's never done that. So, but the last one looks like it's going to be a really flashbang movie, but they're a little on the gory side. But the premise of the character was it's a retired uh, government secret agent ops guy. That was his job to go out and kill people. Um, so, but hi, Fatima, and so yeah, we got. All right, so Juno, is anything in particular you want to cover today, or just roll with it?
I just, my blanket thank you to all the people out there who are supporting me. That I've gotten some more donations for my GoFundMe, which I'm still in need, and I'm really grateful for every little bit. And I'm just praying I
Yay!
don't lose my car. So I'm kind of in dire straits, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate the people who've been watching my new video shorts. And I'm working on a whole bunch for the month of
Oh,
October. I don't know if I'm going to do one for each day, but I'm going to try.
your new
Uh,
shorts are fabulous. I get the biggest
yeah,
kick out of them. Oh my God. I was watching one on my desk computer at work the other day, and somebody came in and literally stopped in their tracks. They were like, oh, that's cool.
oh, really? Oh,
And
cool.
that was from a grad student who's studying, I don't know, AI or something. I don't even know what their thing is.
Really?
Um,
Oh,
but they
that's
were
cool. Do you know which
intrigued. They
one
were
they
like,
were
oh, that's
watching?
cool.
Which
So,
video was it that you were watching? Do you
um,
know?
I don't remember. It
Yeah,
was like last week sometime it came out.
yeah.
I've seen them
It's
all,
been
but I
fun.
couldn't tell you which ones were which.
Yeah,
Because I a lot of the stuff I see and listen to at work. So it's like I
yeah,
got an earbud in, but
yeah,
I'm in and out of the office, or I'm on or off the phone, or I'm dealing with something on the other monitor. Um, and so I couldn't tell you what I just watched or listened to.
yeah, yeah. I get it.
And
I'm having so much fun making those, and I think I was going to do longer videos for October. Like I'm doing a series 2 from like last year in the superstition ones, but I'm just breaking them down into shorts because they're so much more creative. I can do a lot more with them, and then people can
yeah,
just like snacking on something. You got 58, 59 seconds of something else to entertain yourself with. So
right, yeah. That's what's so cool about shorts. I make the mistake if I open one item on TikTok, the next thing I know, 30 minutes goes by, and I'm sat here and watch
yeah,
I don't know how many stupid
yeah,
little 30-second, 45-second videos. It's like you just go down the rabbit hole.
yeah.
Um, it's
Well, I'm
like no
glad people
wonder.
are enjoying them. I'm just and like it takes me a long time to pick out all the different videos and the music that goes along with them, but and there's sound effects. There's so much you can do now, and they make it really easy. It's come
Well,
such a long way.
I just downloaded on my computer. Microsoft has a video editor now called Clipchamp,
Oh,
Clipchamp, Clipchamp, and it is so easy to go in. I actually managed to edit and add music to a video clip myself without having to
oh,
holler at my son to come help me
yeah,
because he put DaVinci on my computer when I
yeah,
started this. I still can't make it work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I get
yeah. I haven't even I
I
downloaded it,
get
but I
so
haven't messed
frustrated
with it
with
yet.
it because I get lost in all the commands and the buttons, and
I
it's
know.
like I don't remember what does what, and it drives me nuts.
Canva
So
is really easy. I just can't say enough about Canva. It is once I mean, it's like anything. Once you learn the basics, it's just
yeah,
so simple and smooth the
well, yeah,
way it
because I
runs.
started out with Canva, just a few, one picture type of thing, and then I started using the little gifs and stuff that they have,
Hmm.
and then I figured out how to duplicate pages and make
Yeah,
them flow one into the other to the other, and all of that. And so it's fun. I'm learning a lot, but
yeah,
every time Canva's another one. I get on there, if I'm just playing around, next thing I know, 3 hours will go by and I'm just
yeah.
gone
I
down the
know.
rabbit hole. And,
My butt's melted to the seat. I know.
yeah, I mean, just playing with it. So it's a trip for sure. Um,
It's, you
But
know, it's not so much that it's hard, it's very time consuming because you just sift through so many different clips and fonts and audio. You know, there's just so much to choose from, and then coordinating like right down to the second to get music to line up with something that happens in the video. And it's a lot of fun.
yeah,
Having the
but
larger screen has made it so much easier. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
no, I was going to say Book Bewitched said something about we must all be the same age. I said we're probably all in the same decade of one another.
Yeah,
I just turned
I would say
62,
so.
so you know, I was born in 1961.
Yeah, I'm a little older than you, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, just you're what? Just a few months or a year?
A few years.
2 years. Okay, I knew
A
it was
few years.
close. Yeah,
Yes.
I knew it was close. So, um, oh my goodness. Okay, so if y'all would like a destiny card or an oracle card pulled for you, say the word. Oh, Hilda was born in 57. Andrea was born in 64. Thank you, Lady Silver. Yes, please hit the like button
Thank
and
you.
on both of our channels and subscribe and share.
And
And
if anybody, you know, I'm doing my best, and sometimes I send out emails, and you know, they don't always land where they're supposed to. Like, you know, if I thank somebody or whatever, if you have donated to my GoFundMe and have not, but still want to receive a free yearly Destiny card reading, email me at junoseas@gmail.com, and I
they
will run
are,
a reading. And if I've got your information, haven't run it yet, I'm just waiting. I do a batch at a time because it's a huge thing to hook up. I have to hook up a whole different computer to run it. So I do them together in groups, you know,
and
and then
those
I send them
readings are
out.
really cool because she did one for me. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of information to, I still have to go back and kind of take it in bits and pieces.
Yeah, it
Um,
takes time to understand it all, but it does break it down by 52-day cycles. There's 7 of them in the year, so you don't have to comprehend the whole document, you know, to benefit. Like it's like getting your week, you know, monthly astrology reading in a way, except it's 52 days instead of 30 days or, you know, 31. But
Hilda's going to be
so
66.
nice.
Fatima was born in 62. You're just a year
So
younger than me.
we're all the
Um,
baby boomers.
yeah, that's it. We're all the tail end of the baby boomers. Spiritual Seeker was born in 65. And
Yeah. So I apologize if I've missed anybody. I'm, you know, I've done my best to keep up, and if you slip through the cracks, please don't think I'm ignoring you and not grateful, because I am, and just let me know, and we'll get it done for you. And I'm really, really grateful for all that.
I don't know if Juno can interpret dreams, but I don't know.
What's the question? Let me see. I can.
Hilda just put she had a weird dream. Can you read on that? I'm not a dream reader. I
Well,
don't
maybe.
really know how to go about looking for that unless Juno is
I do know some, but because there's 2 of us here, I would suggest, Hilda, maybe go to Dream Detective Kate, you know, Valerie on Illumination Portal, and Allie. They do a whole bunch with
oh
dreams, and
god,
Diana
yes,
from
they
Oil
do
Painter.
such a good, and Lisa Smith with JJ Tuda Speaks
Yes.
and Freebird Spirit, Debbie Freebird Spirit. They do
Yep.
another dream show. Um, I mean,
Not
it's
that
like
we don't want to.
they've
We're not
like
trying to
studied
ever
up
push you
on,
away. You're not.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
like
just
they've like studied up on doing
yeah.
and interpreting dreams, and it's like I know nothing about dreams. I'm ashamed to admit I just don't know anything about it. Okay, first up, Jenny would love an oracle card, please.
Oracle
And
card. Okay. Let's see. I get all these different decks here, and then it gets around Halloween, and then I get all the Halloweeny decks. But we'll go
you
with
know,
that.
Ilva, what you might want to try is go in on one of their shows after the show is over and leave a comment that you would like to have somebody read on your dream. Maybe they can put you like at the top of the line for the next show. Um,
Yep, that's a good way too.
couldn't hurt, you know. I know with the sisters, we don't take questions from chat. We only take the questions that are posted in our community tabs when we post the thing for the next show for the next week, and then you leave your questions there, and that's where we pull questions from. Um, because with 6 people trying to read, we'd be there all flipping night
Yeah,
if we try to take questions out of chat. It's just
yeah.
logistically, it's a nightmare. We just can't do it. Um, but but yeah, give a shout to them like in the comments, or if you're on Facebook with them, shoot them a message and say, hey, next show could you maybe do a read on my dream, and go from there. Um, okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, do your thing, darling.
So for Jenny, I pulled from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. What a gorgeous card that is. And
Whoa.
we're all going through transformation, whether we want to or not, and it's just being ramped up double time, it seems like. And it says there will be some uncomfortable stages of transformation, but focus on the beauty. So, there's that caterpillar, and then there's that sticky goo phase in between, and then voila, you've got a beautiful caterpillar or a beautiful butterfly. So,
Yeah,
you know, recognize when you're at the butterfly stage, and don't be afraid to spread those wings and go and pollinate lots of flowers.
yeah. But just like diamonds or pearls, you got to go through the grit and the grind and the pressure of
Hmm.
things not being right before you come out, you know, a diamond or a pearl.
Right, exactly.
Uh, okay, I'm reading from the Shadows, Oracle of Shadows and Light, and the card I pulled is Poe, and it says it's time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. So that goes right along with the butterfly. It's
Yep,
time for a change. I mean,
yep,
that's it says we're moving from an industrial world to a post-industrial world, um, and the way that we interact with nature and technology are all taking on new forms, and that's
yeah,
very true. I mean, people are becoming more and more aware of the damage being done to nature, and as our computing knowledge and abilities get stronger, the less damage I think we'll have to do to nature to keep it going. And maybe we'll be able to make some repairs there. Um, so thank you, Jenny. And let's see. Next up is Starhawk. We would love to have an oracle pull, please. Juno, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I looked up and there was nothing there. I was like, where'd she go?
I wasn't there. Did it?
Uh,
Did it
just
blank
for a
out?
blip for a second. It's like
Oh.
my system blip.
My internet is two cans and a string here. So sometimes it's just bear
Not
with
far
me.
away from that. No. Oh my
We've
goodness.
got storms on the horizon as always during monsoon, and that messes with it. So if I go away, I will be back. And if I'm not back, it's not because I don't want to be. It's because I can't.
Right. Yeah. No, we've had weather's been absolutely gorgeous today, but for the last 2 nights, we've had some really kick-ass thunderstorms come through. Um, and of course, now we've got, I think, 3 more tropical systems out in the Atlantic that
Oh my
don't
word!
look very promising as far as petering out or not coming our way. So,
It's not going to be.
not yet. There's several that are kind of further back that are that are just coming off of Africa that
Yeah.
could possibly get sucked into the Gulf. That's when I have to worry, is if
Yeah.
it goes into the Gulf. Because the water in the Gulf is so hot.
Yeah.
It and that's what fuels hurricanes.
Yeah.
The hotter the water, the stronger the storm.
Yeah.
So we have water temps in the Gulf have never been as high that we're aware
I've
of.
seen that. Yeah.
Not since they started recording it anyway. Um, so sorry, the boys are making a lot of noise.
Audio is not all the audio.
On the air. Sorry, y'all. They get wound up and forget that I'm just on the other side of the curtain. It's not a wall. All right, go for it.
I go ahead. I'm pulling something up here.
Okay.
If you're ready, please.
I pulled, let me see, which number is that? I pulled it and then I didn't look at it. It's okay. I pulled Nautilus Princess.
Oh.
There's a thought. It says powerful personal growth. It says you may be very gentle, appeasing, and timid who is facing a challenge. You're being asked by the universe to step up into a more senior and conspicuous role. And you are concerned about whether you can be powerful and still be a good person. The pearls here, where are the pearls? Oh, the pearls are in her hair. There, as you can see. It says the pearls signify that you must act from a pure place and from a natural place, and treat this quest as a sacred task. It says you will grow in ways that are perfect and perfectly proportioned, and that this is a natural result for you. Expect to grow more and more over time. This is a time of spiritual and emotional transformation. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Nice. You know, that deck reminds me. Remember back in the 70s, they used to do those kids with the great big eyes. Like they were paintings and stuff that were everywhere. Animals. That reminds me of that style.
Oh, yeah. I had a set on my wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah, those
pulled
big
up.
eyes like that.
Yeah. I pulled out I haven't used this deck yet, the Tarot of Dragons. So I thought
Ooh, I have a
dragon
couple of
energy.
dragon oracles, but I don't have a tarot dragon.
Yeah, this is different. So bear with me as I'm learning this deck. But for Starhawk, I pulled the Nine of Cups, which is a really cool card. I'm going to leave it there while I read it, and then I'll bring it up closer after I do a little reading here. And it says, for the moment, you inhabit the best of all possible worlds. Creature comforts are more than comfortable. Wishes come true, and life's small pleasures abound. You have health, and if not great wealth, more than enough for your needs. Enjoying a wash of confidence and self-esteem, you feel fulfilled and appreciated. You're perhaps even tempted to bask in the warmth of self-indulgence, and that's okay. Just remember, these things are transitory. So sorrows are transitory, so are when the good times come. But it says, be satisfied, not greedy, and the fruits of success are so much sweeter when shared. So look at this beautiful. She's there. That's in the regular tarot. This is the wish card, the Nine of Cups. So there you go. Just beautiful, that blue color. So focus on the things that you've got. Every time you take a breath, you're receiving a breath. You're not taking it. Like, there's a lot of ways you can look at how you're receiving abundance all through the day, and focus on the things that are going right and not wrong, and you'll find then there's a lot more going right. It attracts more for you. So I hope you like
Cool.
that.
All right. Next up is Fatima. Would like an oracle card, please. And yes, I have a feeling we're going to have some really bad late season hurricanes this year.
Yeah.
Just because of how hot it was over the summer and how hot the water is. And hurricane season really doesn't start ramping up good until mid to late September, heading into November. And with weather patterns changing the way they have been, it could run longer than being over in by November 1st, you know. Um, Usually you figured if you got through October and into November, we were good to go, then we didn't have to worry about it anymore. They're saying not anymore. So,
Yeah, things aren't like they used to be, you know.
yeah. And it's pretty scary. I mean, look at what Hurricane Lee did. I mean, it was bebopping out there, and it strengthened into a Cat 5 in a matter of like 2 days. The speed with which it strengthened took a lot of the weather people by surprise. They weren't expecting it to be. All right, I'm mute.
Do you want me to go, Sherry? I guess she's on mute. I'll go while you're shuffling. So for Fatima, I pulled the Six of Cups with the Dragon Tarot here, which is a really cool card also. So this is the one in the regular tarot with the two little kids. You know, it's like all about nostalgia. And it says, nostalgia pervades the Six of Cups with wistful memories of childhood, of times when happiness came as naturally as breath, with the simplicity of the moment and friendship shared, when innocence washed the spirit clean as new fallen snow. Oh, to feel the blush of youth and know such uncomplicated joy again. But be careful not to get lost in the past. There are pleasures in the now, too. Old acquaintances are rekindled, new friendships are made. Be guileless and kind. Let your inner dragon come out and play. So this is like what we were talking about at the beginning of the show with all the old the old TV shows, like revisiting that, and look at how we all bonded, how many of us had something to contribute to that conversation. The shared memories of that time. And I didn't hear anybody say, oh, I watched that show and it ruined my life. We were all like, that was fun to remember this and that. So I kind of see that this card is our whole community here too, coming together and sharing this time together and supporting each other every other Sunday afternoon.
Very good. All right, I pulled Sea Beacon Fairy. And this is guidance, but where will it lead you? Says a perfect solution to a problem has been presented to you, but whether it is wise to take it is another thing altogether. You may have more resources and opportunities than you are aware of, or than you are allowing yourself to believe in. Do not be too quick to follow the first opportunity that comes. Wait and check both your sources and your inner wisdom. There are many paths and many solutions. Not all advice will be right for you. So be discerning is what I'm getting off of this. Take everything with a grain of salt. Don't just jump at the first opportunity. I think that fits in pretty good with what Juno was talking about. If I'm remembering correctly. Maybe I'm thinking of the previous card. I don't remember now. Too many interruptions over here. The dogs were distracting me. But yeah, I think just be very discerning in whatever it is that you're dealing with that's coming up, and try to get more than one point of view on how to handle it, and then spend a little time kind of chewing on that to see, which one is going to work better for you. So let me see. Oh, they're going to start. Okay. Next up is Andrea, who would love a destiny card. Okay, Andrea, we need your day of birth and the month of birth. But we do not need the year. So if you can put the day and the month, then Juno can do a destiny card. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, y'all.
You know, I didn't realize I was muted. I've been sitting over here talking away.
Oh, you were muted. Okay. I was
muted.
like, where's she being awfully
I had to
quiet?
cough, and so I muted it, and then I forgot to turn it back on. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
August 27th.
Well, I've had the dogs going off over here. So, okay, August 27th. Andrea would like a destiny card, please.
All right.
For August 27th.
For Andrea, she is the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Love card, the Mother card,
Ooh.
Goddess, nurturing. Marriage is important, and your challenge is being an escapist or self-indulgent. So you think of the queen that's looking at herself in the mirror a little too much, but it's interesting I'm amazed that in this card, because you would think that she would be looking right at that heart. It's interesting that her face is turned away from the heart, but I guess maybe that would be, I'm trying to think of, that she's looking out, like loving others, sending that loving energy out to others, being the nurturing mother. So I hope that resonates with you, Andrea. So this is the card, like every person there's only one card that according to your birthday. There's other ways to read the regular deck of cards, but that's just what we're working with right now.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay. Just making sure I wasn't muted too. All right, I pulled Fairy of the Divine Hand. Kind of creepy looking.
Is there a hand over her eye and her eye is thrown through her hand?
Yes.
How weird.
Or else there's an eye in her hand that's covering up the eye on her face. I don't know which.
Yeah, it looks different, doesn't it? The eye is different.
Because there's more eyes over here to the side.
Oh, yeah.
And so, why did you do that? Okay. Fairy of the Divine Hand. Okay. And what it is saying to you, it's saying that your inner sight and clear vision is sending you a very clear warning to stop right now. And a red flag has gone up back here. And this is the time to stop, to look, and to listen before going forward. Your higher self, your clear sight, wants you to stop and think before simply taking this wonderful temptation that someone is offering you. It may be in the form of a secretive relationship, junk food, alcohol at a party, sex before you're ready, behaving in ways that are unsafe and disrespectful, etc., etc., etc. I mean, it's like a whole page full of things that should be like on your no-no list. But basically what it's saying is that when you know that it's temptation being put in your face, that's when it's time to stop, step back, take a closer look. As kind of creepy as that is, I still get the feeling of her taking a more in-depth look at what it is that she's dealing with. And I think that could be something that may be coming up. If you're not already dealing with it, then you may be dealing with it fairly soon. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. Next up is Lady Silver. Can I please get a one card reading for the rest of September? Of course.
We're already a third of the way through September. It just flies
It-
by.
What did you say?
We're already a third of the way through September,
I know. It's hard to
Just
believe
flies
it's already the 10th. And tomorrow is going to be a day filled with reminiscing and remembering and
Yeah, I'm
full.
hoping it's a safe day for
No,
everybody.
I mean, it's a day that's, for those of us who were alive at the time, it's something we'll never forget, much like
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor was to our grandparents' generation. Um,
Parents.
it's oh, Lady Silver saying that it's Jewish New Year, so
Oh.
cool. I didn't realize y'all had a different New Year. Well, that makes sense. Y'all have a different calendar, so okay.
Yeah.
There go the dogs. I'll let you go first.
So from the Dragon deck here, Dragon Tarot, I pulled for Lady Silver the Four of Wands. We've got four dragons in there, and it says, "Your labors have come to a bountiful fruition. It's time of Thanksgiving." So that's perfect for the season. You're just maybe you're going to have your start your Thanksgiving a little early this year. Take a well-earned rest and celebrate. Give thanks. Be satisfied with work well done. Yet remember, success is not a solo venture, rather something to be shared with the community. Heart and home are contented. Youth looks on youth with an eye of friendship or possible romance, but your eyes are clear. Deep as your desires run, they are grounded in reality. This way, happy reunions lie. So, I know you said September, but the whole fall season for me, like late September, October, November, all kind of blends into one thing. And if you look at the colors of the dragons, that's kind of that, autumn kind of colors in there. You can see that very well. But there, get the camera in focus. But
I guess
they're all
I'm
having a good
mute
old
if you want
time
to hear me
partying
respond to
together.
you. That's
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful card. I love those colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much an autumn kind of autumn glow
Mm-hmm.
color.
Yeah, so it's time for celebration and focus on the good things. I'll leave it right there so you can look at
Awesome. Okay, and I pulled for you Dress of Alchemy. Release your power.
it. Ooh.
And it talks about you have powerful energy. You have strong, powerful, vibrant energy that changes lives. Um, it's saying to take time to clear from your own sacred energy, from your own sacred energy field, jealousy, envy, fear, guilt. Once you clear those, then you can welcome in bright, strong, powerful, healthy energy. And after this has taken place, expect symbols and signs to pour in. So Spirit is going to really start talking to you at that point. Keep your energy strong and bright and follow the signs. When your energy is strong and bright, when you come from a place of love, courage, and wisdom, you will attract the right signs and will not be misled. Do not expect to have no change after this arrives. Relationships and situations based on ego centered concepts contain toxic energies and will fall away naturally when you clear your energy. Um, now ask for what you're worth. Put that out to Spirit. Bring to me what I'm worth. I'm clearing out the yuck and I'm wanting to draw in the good. And Alrighty then. Spiritual seeker with like a destiny card. Okay, we need your day of birth and your month of birth, spiritual seeker. And she may have put it in already and I missed it. Let me scroll up and look. This is spiritual seeker. All right.
What'd you make it?
I'm not. Are you talking to me?
No, sorry, yeah.
Oh. You're talking to me?
You talking to me?
Okay. Dum, 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 dum. December 16th. We didn't need the year, but that's okay. You're younger than me, so you know, you got it. You got this. Thank you, Hilda.
So for spiritual seeker 583, December 16th, we have the Two of Clubs, communication card. You are detail oriented, changeable. There's a union of ideas, but an opposition of thoughts. And your challenge is arguing and fear of exposure. So this is somebody, you know, being a two, and then the clubs are about communications and mental things. This might be some kind of a partnership that you have with someone that's more on a mental level. Like maybe you're, you know, some people are drawn to the emotional side of a relationship, and maybe you're drawn more because you're drawn to people that you can resonate with on an intellectual level and a conversation level. So just be conscious of the arguing factor. Like I've really been working lately on when things irritate me or make me angry or whatever. For one thing, to not let that attitude get set with me, you know, just to kind of work through it ahead of time and keep it from taking hold. And also, why is that triggering me so much? Why is something that somebody said or did, why is that making me feel a certain way? And realizing it's more about what's going on with me than it is something that they did. So just keep your lines of communication open, and you're a natural at it. So there you go.
Very good.
And the card flew out of my hand.
All right, I pulled the mildew fairy. It's cleanup time. Says some things just look like they're yuck. Yes. But they're not. They're very good things, and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So think of ways to decrease stagnation, stuck emotions, and increase airflow coming in, which is fresh thinking. When the mildew fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear the situation up. Be open to a fresh way of thinking or a fresh point of view. It can make you look at the situation in an entirely different way, so that you're like, oh, I get it. Okay. It's good to release emotions that could be pooling in one area. So, you know, if you still have a lot of emotional baggage over a bad breakup, or, you know, something horrible happened at work, or, you know, just whatever, don't cover it up. Instead, deal with it, face it, get rid of it, let it go, as Queen Elsa so succinctly tells us. This fairy says that a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. And she will help you see what needs a fresh new approach in your life. So yeah, that's telling me you need to just kind of take a step back, reevaluate everything, figure out what's serving you and what isn't. Because if it's not serving you, then you want to clear it out and be done with it, and move to the next step so that you can regain your power, regain what it is that is supposed to be yours to
I also got from that she needs to look under all her sinks or anywhere where there might be water dripping and actually check for mildew.
yes, very good. um Bathroom, behind the toilet, you know.
Mhm.
um
By your washing
sure that
machine.
all the seals are good in your bathroom, like around your tub,
Yeah.
in your commode, and all that. Because if the seal cracks, that little
Yeah.
strip that you see running along tubs and everything, that's some kind of a silicone
Yeah.
um, uh,
Like caulking.
seal that's put there. And if it gets fine hairline cracks in it because it's old or it just hasn't
Yeah.
been taken
Dried
care of,
out.
you're going to get water down inside the walls, which can really create havoc because of mold starts growing. It grows like crazy, and it's almost impossible to kill off.
Even
Uh,
around your refrigerator too. Sometimes they leak a little bit, and then you end up with a moldy,
yes,
mildewy kind of thing. So
yes, and most refrigerators. Let me rephrase that. Most older refrigerators used to have what they called a drip pan in
yeah,
the bottom that
yeah,
you would pull out and empty out any
empty.
water or any condensation that would drip down in that pan instead of onto your floor.
Right.
But it drips down in the pan, the kind of collects in the pan, and then it kind of dries up, you know, depending on different various things going on around your house. And that filling up and evaporating and filling up and evaporating, you can get a really yucky, slimy, moldy layer of just like a film that goes across the bottom of that.
Yeah.
A lot of times you walk in your kitchen, you're thinking, God, what is that smell? You're going through everything in the kitchen cabinets trying to figure out what stinks. It could be the
I got a moldy drip pan.
exactly. And I saw my late husband fix somebody's broken refrigerator numerous times because he simply pulled out the drip pan,
Yeah.
washed it, bleached it down, and slid it
Yeah.
back into
Yeah.
place. Tenant was perfectly happy. It was good as new. I
Yeah.
was like, okay. So yeah, mildew and mold can really cause havoc on your health as well.
Yeah.
Because those
And it comes
spores,
on in a hurry too. It doesn't
it
need to be
does.
there very long.
It does. I mean, it's like you won't notice, and then wham, the minute you notice it's there, it starts spreading everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can affect your lungs, it can affect your breathing, several other things. It can make you sick, if it's left unchecked. Um, so if you spot it, get on top of it, knock it out, get it out of the. Don't put off taking care of it because you don't want it getting down into the walls, because then you're talking major cleanup having to take place.
Mold remediation.
That's not fun. So
No.
okay, book Bewitched says card of your choice, please. Oh, aren't you sweet? Just let us choose.
I'm going to go to my Hocus Pocus deck for Book Bewitched from the Hocus Pocus movie.
I didn't take any other decks out. I just got this one. Now let's just play with this deck today.
Yeah.
I haven't used it that much. I've been kind of waiting for Halloween. It's like I am so ready for Halloween to get here. I love Halloween. Got
Me
most of
too.
my costume all all done up and ready to go, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Halloween. Uh,
So for book Bewitched, I pulled The Knight of Potions. So this is about the Knight of Potions is a giving soul who fills the lives of those around them with affection and care. They may have a flair for the overdramatic. If this card does not represent a person, it may indicate that a newfound romance will soon begin or a heartfelt message will be received. Be prepared to take action. So, this can also be like getting out your essential oils, or people who when the like when the full moon is out and they put water out or whatever, start messing around with your liquids that way, and maybe play around. This reminds me of diffusing essential oils and how much that can shift an atmosphere. So yeah, and also that this might be a time when you're more aware of things that you smell. Maybe you're becoming more uh clairfragrant or clairgustance. Is that the one? I can never remember them all. The one where whatever you smell, you might be starting to get intuitive messages through different smells. Like, oh, I don't smoke, but this smells like cigarettes in here all of a sudden, or something like that. So yeah, don't be afraid to get your potions going. What you got, Sherry?
okay, I think they're going to be quiet now. Don't you even start. Hush. He's my grumpy old man barking, "Get off my lawn." That's who he is. Okay, I pulled a clockwork pumpkin, based, of course, off of the Clockwork Orange, which was one hell of a creepy
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Um, it says a wonderful idea, the aha moment. It says you are about to have an amazing moment, a brilliant insight, and a very illuminating idea. Action must be taken immediately while the idea is fresh and new. No more procrastination. Um, Follow the aha moment with action and watch amazing change in the form of abundance, creativity, and satisfaction take place in your life. So there we go. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hmm. It's a very original
Um,
deck.
Going forward this week, every place I go into in public is going to be pumpkin spice smell.
Ugh.
I can't stand the smell of pumpkins.
I'm allergic to pumpkin, like eating pumpkin. It's just not my thing.
Yes, I'm allergic to
I like
mushroom.
pumpkin. I like that, I like the Halloween part of it, and I like the carved pumpkins. And you know what trick I learned? You know how we always, when we grew up, we always carved out, like, you cut around the top where, where the stem was. If you turn it over and cut out the bottom, it's a lot easier, and then you don't have the top always falling in. It's one solid piece, so you can put your candle up under the bottom.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, last but not least, by no means at all, Sonia would like to have an oracle card, please and thank you. Alrighty. And Book Bewitched says, wow, to both of you, thank you.
You're quite welcome. I
Bye,
just
Lady
love this
Silver.
time of year. Sorry.
Oh, Lady Silver just put in there she had to leave.
Oh, bye, Lady Silver. Thanks for coming.
Very much so.
I think October is my favorite month all year. It's like right before all the holidays set in and the air gets cooler and things start to smell different, and you can start winding down because the seasons are changing and
Great candy.
good candy. And you're more it's more acceptable to be a little eccentric during October. At least that's my
Yeah,
experience.
and you can like dress up in all kinds of crazy ways, and nobody looks at you like you're nuts. They're like, "Oh, early Halloween party."
That's right.
Okay,
And if they look at you nuts, you say, "Well, where's your costume?" Right?
that's it.
And
Okay,
speaking of looking at somebody nuts, I pulled for Sonia Squirrel Spirit card. Believe in yourself. Card 57. So here he is with his nuts. It says, acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. There is always enough. And squirrels always look so happy, the way they flit around and go up and down trees and they got that big bushy tail and I just think they're happy guys. And I like the ones like this one with the great big little tufts on the ears and everything. They're just such expressive creatures. So it says, believe in yourself. So if you believe in yourself, then others will believe in you too, I think. That's what I got for
we have
Sonia.
squirrels all over campus.
Do
They will
you?
come eat out of your hand. They're so used to the students feeding them. They will come steal your food sitting next to you or sitting on the table in front of you if you're outside. Let's say you take a bite of your sandwich and you set it down. If you're not aware of what's going on when you go to reach for your sandwich, it'll be gone. The squirrels will run up and take it and run. I mean,
And the
I've seen
alligators steal your purse, right?
the alligators go for the purse. That's right. But yeah, squirrels will come up and chatter at you. I know I go to lunch. I'm usually parked under the oak tree, so it's a little cooler, and I can be sitting there eating my sandwich in my car, and go up to the fence line and start chattering at me like, "Where's mine?"
Did you bring it up for everybody?
Yeah, right. You didn't get me any. Okay, I pulled for you, Angel of Alchemy, Miracle. And it says, this is the miracle. The angel of alchemy is the miracle who stands between the physician and death. My.
Oh.
She is the powerful healing angel who will resolve whatever health issues that's confronting you at this present time. Um, she says to us, I am here to help you make a miraculous shift in your body and your health. Whether you have an injury or illness, or simply feel ill at ease within the form you currently have. I am the angel of alchemy, and I can show you how to change your current experience into something else. So basically, what this card is saying is if you're not already dealing with some kind of a health issue, you may have one that's coming up. Um, and regardless of what anyone may say, it says to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I had a short time left to live on this planet? That's a pretty profound question, especially if you get somebody, who truly sits and ponders that thought and not give a flippant answer to, but really thinks about it. Um, what would you do if you only had a couple of weeks? You know, would you just carry on like normal? Would you go visit places you've never been able to see before? Would you forgive somebody that you've never quite forgiven for something that happened between you? Um,
We have to eat it.
there's a lot of options, and we have fajitas for dinner. Um,
Yummy. I'm coming over. Got enough for everybody?
well, I don't know. My brother cooked, probably so. Yeah, Juno says she's coming over.
I'll be there in about 3 days.
She said she'll be here in 3 days. He says, "Okay, I cooked enough." Um, so
Okay.
that's a very important question to ask yourself when you're in deep contemplation, or if you're getting ill. If you have a problem, some kind of a medical issue, is what would I do if I only knew I only had a month left to live or a week left to live?
I'd spend all my money.
I don't have any to spend, so what the hell?
Right.
Charge up all my credit cards, max them all out. For what? I wouldn't be here to enjoy it. So, I think if I knew I only had a short time left to live, I would want to spend that time with my family, just being with them.
Mhm.
I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything special. Just being with them. Um, though Hilda's coming too. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I want some jambalaya and a po'
not
boy.
quite
Where's po'
time yet.
boy?
Not quite time yet. Not quite time yet. It's still a little too warm.
Yeah.
Temps will drop another good 10 degrees, and then I'll be busting out the gumbo pots and the jambalaya pots to make jambalaya and gumbo, and dig out the crock pot to put a pot roast in. And,
Do you
that
say
I do
where
most of
you
my
at
cooking in
like
the
they do
wintertime.
in New Orleans? Do you
Huh?
say that where you at? Like in New Orleans, they say where you at. I know they've got like a entertainment publication they put out for free all the time. And when I was there, it was called Where You At. It told you like
Yeah,
where
where
the
you at?
music was, or is that
Yeah.
common down there where you are too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, we've got our city alone is like listed in the top 10 cities in the country, I think, for best restaurants,
Oh, I bet.
which is pretty amazing. We've got a restaurant on every flipping corner in
Hmm.
town. There's some kind of food you can eat here, from Cajun food to dull American food to Mesopotamia food to Greek food to uh, Middle Eastern food to Hispanic food. I mean, you name it, we got it. And we got a restaurant that fixes it. Um, so yeah, we've got some good food around here. What I cook, is what I learned to cook from my mom and my grandmother, and so it's wintertime hits. That's when I start cooking, because then it's easy. It's in the crock pot. I can, or in the big stock pot, and make up big stews and gumbos and whatnot, and we can eat on that for several days, you
Hmm.
know, which is kind of cool. In the summertime, it's like I'm too damn hot to eat, cook,
Yeah.
even when I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah. Time
So
for
if I eat
salads and
a sandwich or a
sandwiches.
bowl of cereal, it's too hot. I don't want to eat. Um, you think I would lose weight, but that doesn't seem to happen either.
Hmm.
Although I take it back. I saw my doctor on Thursday for my 6 months checkup. And he was like, "You've lost 10 pounds." And I went, "I don't know how." And he said, "Well, you lost 10 pounds." I was
Good
like,
job. Good for
"Yay.
you.
Like,
Yay.
give me a couple of days, I'll gain it back."
Yeah. Halloween candy.
Between the Halloween candy and the gumbo and the jambalaya and the
Yeah.
stews, oh, yeah, I'll gain it back in no time flat,
There you go.
because I like to eat. That's for sure. Like y'all can't tell looking at me. Um, well, thank
So
you,
did we
everybody.
get everybody?
Ma'am,
Did we get everybody?
we got everybody. Um,
Okay.
yes, we did. We got everyone. Where am I? Book Bewitched says, where is Sherry? I'm hungry. I'm in Louisiana, honey. I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana, in the bayou. Actually, I'm in the city, but we're next to the bayou and the swamp. Yeah, you can find us. We're located right on Interstate 10 between Lake Charles and Baton Rouge. We're the midway
Nice.
point. Um, so, University of Louisiana at Lafayette is here in our town. That's where I
How big
graduated.
of a town is Lafayette?
Um, we're fairly big. We're a pretty big city. I don't know what the numbers are. I haven't. I don't know. Wait. Let me prompt the Google machine real quick. Um, is um, what is amount of Lafayette, Louisiana? Let's see here. We have a population from 2021, the last time it was checked, of just under 122,000 people.
Oh, it's a
Just
good
in our
sized
city.
city. Yeah.
And that's not all the surrounding little towns and whatnot that are around us. Um, to the east of us is the Atchafalaya Swamp. That's an
Mhm.
18-mile bridge to cross to get to Baton Rouge. And to the west of us, about 45-minute drive is Lake Charles,
Mhm.
which is still trying to come back from the two hurricanes that slammed it 2 summers ago. Um,
Wow.
and then you go about another hour and a half and you hit Texas state line.
Mhm.
And then from there, it's about 2 hours to Houston, depending on traffic.
Okay.
And so we're roughly about 4 hours from Houston, and we're about 4 hours from New Orleans. We are
Oh, you're
literally
right in the middle.
kind of like right in the middle. Um, so New Orleans is east, Houston is west, and so
So that bridge you're talking about, that's just a little bit shorter then, right? Than the one across Lake Pontchartrain, is that right? Or no?
um, I'm not sure what the length of the bridge in Lake Pontchartrain is, but it's pretty damn close.
I was
Because the
thinking it's like 20
Atchafalaya,
miles or something. I'm not sure.
yeah, the Atchafalaya is the largest land-based swamp in the continental U.S.
Yeah.
Um, which when I found that out, I was like, wow, I had no clue. I knew it was big, but I just didn't know it was that big. And it goes all the way down to the Gulf and halfway up the state. I mean, it's pretty damn big swamp.
Well,
Um, and then you get all kinds of little offshoots and bayous and smaller swamps and stuff that kind of shoot off of it. Um,
mhm.
the closer you get to the Gulf, the less land there is because we're losing land like
Right.
crazy from all of the climate change and
Yeah.
gas and oil damage
Yeah.
to the wetlands and the grasslands and everything. Because if there's no seagrasses and stuff, then there's no way to keep the land
To
from
retain
washing
it.
out
Yeah.
into the Gulf.
Yeah. It
And
erodes.
and every time there's an oil spill or something like that, it kills off
Yeah.
just miles of seagrasses and whatnot. And you're not just losing the land that holds it, but then you're losing flora and fauna.
Right.
You have animals that have to kind of like relocate. You have
Yeah.
insects and whatnot that either die off or have to relocate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all interconnected, and a lot of people don't realize that. It's
It's a big
and
deal.
yeah, I'm sitting and I'm waiting. I just had this really weird feeling we're going to get hit with a big hurricane this year.
Yeah.
Um, maybe not as right where I am. It may be west of us, closer towards Houston, or
Mhm.
it could be east of us, closer towards Mississippi. Um, but I just have this gut feeling we're going to get really slammed because when you get those really big storms that come in, I mean, if you ever look at like a satellite view of a hurricane, especially a big like Cat 4 or Cat 5 hurricane,
Mhm.
I mean, the area of that
Yeah.
storm is just
Yeah.
gigantic.
Yeah.
And the water that it sucks up out of the Gulf and just dumps on the land is unbelievable at times. And then if you're in the storm surge
Yeah.
cone where that eye wall comes in, you're getting the highest, strongest winds, and you're getting just all of this water just pushed in that storm surge up into. I mean, I remember when Hurricane Camille back in 1969
Mm-hmm.
hit past Christiana, Mississippi, which is like right next door to Pascagoula and all of that. Um, there were like big old huge fishing trolleys that were far out in the ocean in the Gulf, sitting in people's front yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, um,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
It's
it's
tremendous, the power of nature. Like
yeah,
that big earthquake they just had in Morocco, and
yeah. I mean, oh my God, that's
Greece is
I
getting
saw that.
flooded, and
It's unreal. I mean, and um, they're building so much along the Gulf, uh,
hmm
Mississippi and Alabama and Florida and all that. With all these condos and everything, the land is not designed to hold that kind of
that's
weight.
right. That's
And
right.
so, you have more and more sinkholes showing up because a lot of that land is built, a lot of that is built over limestone,
Yeah.
and limestone is very porous. And you start adding that kind of weight
Mhm.
and whatnot, and the sea's getting higher, the water's getting warmer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what happened in Katrina. Katrina didn't really hit New Orleans. It hit east of New Orleans. Katrina hit Pascagoula, Mississippi. They're the ones
Right.
that really got hit, not New Orleans. New Orleans was wiped out because the levees finally failed,
Right.
which they'd been telling people for 50, 60 years. These earthen levees are going to fail. It's going to take one perfect storm. It doesn't even have to be more than Cat 3. But if the conditions are just right, it's going to take those levees out and it's going to flood the city. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, I
Uh,
remember when I visited New Orleans. This was 20 some years ago, but you're driving down a street where you're driving right next to a canal, but the canal is way above you. It's way higher, and
yeah,
it's filled with water, and it's higher
yeah.
than the street level. You know.
New Orleans is in a bowl. It's actually
Yeah.
below sea level.
Yeah.
You have the Gulf on one side, you have the Mississippi River on the other side, and you have
Yeah.
Lake Pontchartrain on the other side.
Yeah.
And so it's surrounded by water and it's below sea surface. It's below all the water.
Right.
It's down into a bowl. Now where I am, we're a little bit higher. We're maybe a couple of feet above sea level, maybe
Yeah.
on a good day. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys had to dig a hole in the yard, you're going to get water.
Right.
Good six
I
inches
know I had
down.
friends that lived in New Orleans, and they every year they had to bring in fill dirt in their backyard
Yeah,
because it just
yeah,
sinks and sinks and sinks.
exactly. And when that starts dissolving like that, and you have the land attack like it does, you start getting foundations cracking, and
Yeah.
then
Right.
houses, are
Yeah.
falling down, and it's bridges start falling down. It's this vicious circle that far too many people for far too many decades have wanted to ignore, and it's just at the point now where it's like we can't really ignore it anymore
Yeah.
because what are we going to do when all of this is underwater?
Yeah.
And if you believe Edgar Casey and Nostradamus and the Hopi prophets and the Navajo prophets, all of this area along the Gulf is going to be under the ocean. So,
Yeah.
we'll be treading water or moving
Yeah.
north, one or the other.
Well, I hope you fare through the hurricanes. You know, everything goes well. But I got to get going. My dogs are getting antsy to go
Yeah,
outside.
and
But
I didn't mean to
um,
get off on that tangent. Sorry, y'all.
no. It's just getting late,
But
and they let
I
me
mean,
know
you
when it's like,
prepare.
Mom,
That's all you can
time.
do. That's all you can do is prepare. Get ready for it. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And
Yeah. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
that's right. And if it looks like it's going to be as bad as you think it might be, get the hell out.
Yeah,
Pack up
exactly.
your car, get your kids and your dogs, whatever, and leave
Yeah.
and go further north, or go in the opposite direction, whatever. Um,
Well, keep us posted on
if
how things are going, and
I will,
keep you in our
if
prayers.
we get anything that comes this way, I'll do another vlog like I did a couple of years back when I started my channel with a hurricane
Okay,
vlog. So
cool. We like
that's
that.
what I started out, was going outside every day and showing everybody the weather. So,
Yeah,
this is what it's doing
cool.
today. Well,
Well,
thank y'all
thank
for
you.
coming and for hanging with us. And um, thank you again, Juno, for just partnering up with me. And I feel so lucky.
My pleasure. This is
Um,
fun. I always look forward to it
I,
every other Sunday,
I
and
look so forward to our shows together. I can't even tell you. Um,
me too.
so y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend. And I'll see everybody Wednesday night, Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, 6 o'clock Central. Um, and I got other stuff after that. I don't even know. It's in the calendar.
I'm on with Allie. That's my next live after this. I'm on with Allie on the 18th. I'm not sure what time, but I know I'm on with
Yay!
Heart and Soul Connected. So that's my next right now. Things change. If I get another invitation before then, I'll be on then too.
There you go.
And keep checking out my shorts. Hey, people, check out my shorts.
Go see Juno's shorts. Very intriguing. They're really good. They're really good ones. I'm
Oh,
really
thanks.
enjoying them. Every time
Yeah.
I get a notification for them, it's like I stop what I'm doing to go watch. So
That's good to know that you receive notifications, because not every, a lot of shorts don't get, people don't get notified. So I'm glad to hear that. That's nice feedback. I appreciate it.
I get a little notification that something's been dropped. So
Cool.
maybe
I
because
like
we do a show together every other week, the algorithm just
Yeah.
figures we belong together, so it
Yeah.
dings me. I don't know. I don't get a ding on a lot of other people's shorts. I just run into
Just
them.
because I'm a dingaling. That's why.
There you go.
All right. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks, if not before, Sherry. And thanks for everything. And thanks to everybody. And like I said, thanks to the moderators and all the other people that come and support us. We really appreciate all of you, and keep all of you in our
Makes
prayers.
our life easier. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and don't forget to go donate a little bit to Juno's GoFundMe. It's in the description box. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and
And you get a free yearly Destiny card reading if you would like one. So if you donate,
there
that
you
doesn't
go.
matter the amount. So
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. All right, y'all. Have a great Sunday, and I will see everyone when I see you.
sounds good. Love you guys.
Bye for now.
Bye.